Today in the grain market, we had a little bit of a mixed bag. Soybeans were on the rise, showing some stabilization in the face of big challenges. The futures opened unchanged, then rallied, leading the way really for the grains. But it's important to point out that so much is riding on China and when and if they're going to honor the phase one trade deal. Right now, the rhetoric that's going on between U.S. and China in the news is a little bit alarming, and it has a few traders somewhat nervous. But the market was still able to rally a little bit today, so it's they're showing some support in the market. Now, corn, on the other hand, was lower. It's a sixth-day downward spiral to absolute new lows. That has been really such a surprise for a lot of traders. We're hitting numbers that we haven't seen for the past year. The futures are just being pressured by the outside markets, and that really has control of what's happening. And it's completely ignoring the fact that spring is just a couple of weeks away, and the planting intentions are going to be here. Right now, it's important also to see that Brazil really has a little bit of an edge over the U.S. because the U.S. dollar index is so high. So it's difficult to gauge where the real support level is going to be when it comes to corn. I think that once we drop below that 350 number, everyone is getting a little bit nervous that that's becoming a resistance number. So we're going to watch that closely. Now, wheat was also higher today. The soft red wheat deliverable stocks is a little bit on the decline, so it was lower, and that gave the market somewhat of a boost. And it was showing kind of a spark in the market, but it's tethered to that $5 mark. That's a big benchmark for wheat, and it has been that really for the past year, but still it's in that 15-cent channel that's kind of on its lows, even though we did get a lift today. The weather looks favorable as well for the wheat, and that kind of puts a cap on any kind of significant rally. Also, the grain markets will remain highly sensitive to increased restrictions related to the coronavirus. So we have to keep our eyes on the news because it is absolutely affecting these grain markets, regardless of the fact that we're starting to watch the weather and other fundamentals that are going to be coming up on us pretty quickly.